1994 on an L Lancia Integrale Evolution. It's the HF, it's the 2-litre turbo, it's the wide body, it's ticking all the boxes here. It's the ultimate sort of 80s, 90s hot hatch, this one. And the video will not sort of bring out how actual wide it is and what a stance this car's got. It's probably going to make for quite a boring video because bodywork wise, it's as good as I've seen for a long time. We picked it up from Walkers, and if you know anything about a Lancia Integrale or any form of Lancia, you'll know exactly who they are in Northallerton. So it's been there for a load of work. If you check out the website, James will detail all the information we've got on it. Bodywork wise, we're going to start off the bonnet. We're going to work our way around the car onto the interior. We're then going to do a cold engine startup. But it's got us excited up here. This one it really has. Right, bodywork wise, across the front of the bonnet, lovely and straight. I've got no complaints up the middle of the bonnet. The metallic line is gorgeous. When the sunlight hits it, the metallic really comes through on the paintwork. You've got no stone chips down the front edge. All lovely and straight. The odd tiny little one, and I mean absolutely tiny, but you're really picking on it for that. Around the grills, the paint's all good. All the way across the bonnet, you can see the reflection there. You can see how clear that paintwork really is. Across the front of the scuttle, underneath the windscreen and around the wipers, there's no corrosion, there's no rust, there's no bubbles, there's no bits in the paint. It's lovely and straight. As we come up onto the roof again, I've got no issues at all. The odd very light surface scratch where it's been washed. And that's how picky you've got to be on these sort of things. This is how harsh you've got to be to find any fault. So we come back down the front end, again, dead straight, dead square. Lights are lovely and clear on both sides. The grill's lovely and straight. We've got a few tiny stone chips just underneath the headlight on the satin black metal surrounds around the lights. And again, that's how harsh you've got to be. The bumper fits lovely and level to the wing on the right hand side. Please remember, on the left hand side, sorry, please remember this car is left hand drive. It is an Evolution. Light lenses are lovely and clear on the left. Across the front of the bumper, no nasty marks at all on the front of the bumper. Lovely and straight across the bottom edge. The grills are all intact. There's no bits missing. There's no nastiness at all. You've got a tiny little bit here on the grill. As we come round onto the right hand side, that lovely big wide front wing sticks out. Makes the car very, you know, you're aware you're in a room with a Lancia Delta when you walk across this one. As you can see around the arches, I've got no problems at all. No issues in the paintwork on this arch on the right hand side. That lovely big fat arch, again when the sun hits it, the metallic lies absolutely bang on across there. Wheels and tyres all round are unmarked. And we've got P0 Neros all the way around as well. Even around the indicators, got no issues at all there. Down that right hand side, you can see how straight it is. All the swage lines match up onto the next panel. The door gaps are great. No issues at all on that right hand side passenger door. Wing mirror caps unmarked. No stone chips or big scratches on those at all. As you come down that right hand side onto the rear door where the arch starts to kick out, again perfectly straight. I've got no issues at all with that. Again, across the lower sill section, all one colour, all lovely and shiny. The paintwork's so flat on this car. As you put that pillar there, have a good look at the rear arch. Again, no corrosion, no rust, no stone chips, no bits, no nothing. And again, those wheels unmarked all the way around. Down onto the right hand side rear bumper corner, no scuffs, no scrapes. The lights crystal clear on both sides. Left hand side bumper corner, again, no marks at all across the back bumper itself. Lovely and flat, fitting lovely and snug in all the right places. And again, you can see how straight it is down that right hand side. Up onto the spoiler now. There's no lacquer peel, there's no crazing across that adjustable Evolution spoiler. Lovely and straight, even all the nuts are clean, even all the seals around the spoiler. The attention to detail is absolutely spot on this one. As we come down that boot lid, you'll notice the badge is missing. And again, normally your eyes would not be drawn to that, but you notice it because the rest of the car is just so good. The boot itself, we've got a few tiny little bits in the paint around the badge. No corrosion at all, no scratching underneath the paint, but a few tiny little bits just on around the badge there on the boot lid. Again, all the lights are crystal clear around the boot handle. Lovely and tidy, no scratching where it's been locked. We're going to work our way around down the left-hand side, which is the driver's side. Again, you can see how straight this car really is. The camera does not do it justice. No scratching around the fuel cap. No issues on that lovely arch. Can you see how wide this car really is? As we come down that rear quarter onto the door, again, all the body lines match up. There's no scratching, there's no scraping. The odd very, very small surface scratch where it has been washed. Just like the very, very tiniest mark on that rear pillar. And again, that driver's side rear door, left-hand side rear door. Again, arguably the straightest one we've seen. Across the lower sill section again, lovely and straight and tidy as you come up that driver's door. No marking around the handle, no marks across the wind strip, no bubbling anywhere around the windows, surrounds. They're all fresh, they're all lovely. The roof gutters are perfect. Work our way down the car onto the front wing again, even around the little vents on the front wing. There's no nastiness, there's no paint on the seals, there's no unwanted marks at all. Down this left-hand side front wing, and again, sits lovely and level, perfectly straight down both sides. Like I say, when the sunlight hits this metallic paintwork, it's just a different car again. Interior wise, we're going on to the right hand side door card, lovely and straight, a tiny amount of sun fade. All the interior as lovely and original. No major wear to the plastics or the handle, no cracking at all on the door card itself. The seat, a little bit of wear to the bolster, I mean tiny, just where it's sort of bubbled up with the perforated cloth. It's lovely and fresh in there. Nice place to be sat, there's no unwanted smells. The adjusting lower half working as it should for that extra bit of leg support. The carpets are lovely, you've got Evolution over mats. The black carpet set underneath is unmarked. The dashboard, we've got no cracks across the top half of the dashboard, no unwanted marks at all, no nastiness. The dials are lovely and clear on the centre console. You've got an aftermarket head unit fitted, not even showing much wear at all to the gear stick either. Headlining is lovely and clean. Granted, just starting to come down a little bit in the middle, but if I hadn't told you that, you wouldn't have noticed, that's for sure. Left, right hand rear door again, door cards lovely and clean and tidy. Even inside the arches, if you have a good look at that, you'll not find another one like that, you really won't. If you do, I can promise you it's a lot more money. Rear seats again, lovely and straight and tidy. No unwanted marks, minimal wear to the rear seats. There's no rips, there's no tears, there's no cigarette burns in there at all. Again, black over mats, carpet set underneath unmarked. Into the boot now, we've got a few little bits with it. A few spare parts and spacers. Again, lovely and tidy in there. So you've got the rear strut brace, parcel shelf, no big speaker holes cut into that. Even inside the boot lip, see how fresh that is in there. Everything closes right as well. When you open the doors and you shut them, it's not a great effort at all. Onto the passenger, right hand side, left hand side rear, so that's the what would be the passenger, but it's not, it's the driver's rear. All nice and straight across there. Handles are all good, no real wear, and again, if you look inside those arches there, lovely and straight across the rear seats, no unwanted marks again, no rips, no tears, no nasty smells at all in there. As we go into the driver's side now, left hand side again, door card's nice and straight, a little bit of sun fade, the door card, it's pretty standard. Evolution mats with a black carpet set, even no wear at the heel pad. Steering wheel, aftermarket steering wheel, a little bit of wear to that. Again, all the dials are lovely and clear, straight through there, lovely and clear, no cracking in them at all. The driver's seat as well, got a little bit of wear to the bolster here, where it's sort of just rubbed away the perforation. You can see that on the driver's side, and a little bit wear at the bottom, but no rips or tears on the bottom half. The rest of the seat, lovely and straight, no other rips or tears at all in the seat. And again, dashboard from that left hand side, no cracks across the top of there. As we go on to the engine bay now, have a good look at that. The 2 litre 16 valve turbo. We're going to go around to the right hand side before James starts it up. This is on cold start up, this one as well, so it hasn't been started for about 4 days. Yes, James? We're not going to start revving it, it's turboed, it's cold. That's not how you treat any car really. Just on a nice tick over there, it's on a nice idle. Like I say, that's been 4 days since that started. No hesitation whatsoever from it, there's no nasty noises coming from that engine bay. James going to have a very, very small rev, very small. Thank you. And there you have it, 1994 on an L Lancia Integrale Evolution.